Hello and welcome to my preview of the 2021 Champion Carnival for All Japan Pro Wrestling. As for the first time since 2001, there will be a single table, 10 participants in one block. This is nuts. This is the first time in 20 years this has happened. As I think that's just kind of the combination of getting back into the swing of things for All Japan. We have had three new bookers from 2020 to 2021 because. I want to say June left towards the beginning of 2020. Maybe it was late 2019. Then you had Shuji Ishikawa for about pretty much the entire first half of 2020 after Jun Akiyama. Then Tajiri takes over for kind of the back half of 2020 and he's now the booker still. This has been quite the year for All Japan since really from what could have been last year's Champion Carnival. Supposed to have Takashi Sugiura out there, Davey Boy Smith. You're supposed to have this big time Champion Carnival. Instead, we get COVID, where it bounces back to September. It's a shortened block. You got 10 guys, but it's 5 and 5, and really nothing crazy happening. You had the debut of Ashino last year from leaving Wrestle 1 and joining All Japan. He only has, 2 wins, and really his big win was against Shuji Ishikawa. Other than that, he beat Tatsu. He didn't even beat Yuma Aoyagi. So that was just kind of sucked for a lot of fans wanting him to do well, and it's just really a combination of a lot of things going on. Like, Jiro only had 2 points. It was a whole goddamn thing. It was a whole mess. 2020 was a mess for All Japan. And I think now that, Jerry's had the book for a while, they've done some great stuff. We're going to talk about really the Infant's terrible turn, where everybody turned on Ashino, and then they had Jake Lee then joined as Jake Lee being the leader of his own group as he betrayed Koji Iwamata. They disbanded Jin, and now basically Infant's Terribles has now turned into Total Eclipse and is now being led by Jake Lee. I mean, this is going to be a huge year for Jake Lee. If he doesn't win this, they really fucked him. This has got to be his year. It is Jake Lee or bust for All Japan. They got a star to make if they do the right thing and have him win this goddamn thing. I don't see how he doesn't. Suwama's title reign. He beats Kento kind of right when the pandemic hits. Figured he'd drop the belt somewhere towards the back half of 2020. Here in 2021, obviously we're about to start the Champion Carnival at April 9th. He's still the champion. Feel like the reign has went on a little too long. He shouldn't have beat Ashino twice. This has just been and it's just really frustrating to see what they've done with him. But as far as a whole, Jake Lee as the champion really could change a lot of things for All Japan and put them in the right direction. Kind of out with the old, in with the new. And I think that'd be a great way to solidify that by him winning this Champion Carnival and then beating Suwama. But I guess that's up to Jerry. We got a lot of faith in him to do the right thing. We'll see if he does the right thing. But we're going to start off with the participants, breaking down everybody. We're going to go kind of in alphabetical order. I guess from last name alphabetical order. As Yuma Aoyagi, who's this is his third appearance. He's the World Tag Team Champion with Kentu Miyajaro right now. Really kind of all the attention's been on Jake Lee. So really that's kind of been the focus of him for kind of since the turn and basically the back half of 2020 and into 2021 even. Really that's been the focus for All Japan. But kind of some strange booking there for Yumi Aoyagi. Because first he turns on Kentu Miyajaro kind of before the pandemic, if I remember correctly. Then they have him re-team up for the World Tag League, which was very what the fuck you doing? I guess to Jerry, that's kind of what happens though sometimes when you have too many bookers. With the changes going on, there's a lot of things where actually, I thought they shouldn't have broke up. I'm going to refix that. It just kind of happens sometimes when there's too many changes going on with the book, where a lot of things kind of start not making sense, and that was kind of one of them. But, Yuma Aoyagi really was a workhorse for that World Tag League. He scored some huge wins, and, he had forced a referee stoppage on Suwama and Zeus via through his in-game finish. Really, Yuma Aoyagi, I felt like they solidified him really last year as kind of big deal. He's gotten some big wins. It's his third time in the Champion Carnival. He's going to be another, one of these new kids that are coming along that have, I figured I figured it'd be a couple more years for him to really be a main event player and be in the main picture. Maybe not. It could be this year, could be next year. I mean, this is really something that I give a lot of props to, as they're trying. They're going all out on these new guys. If really it was pushing Kentu Miyajaro and him being the new ace and really solidifying him, and now it's like, alright, well, we've solidified him, now we gotta solidify his challengers and make them a big deal. They done it with Zeus, and now they're gonna try to do it with Yume Agi, they're gonna try to do it with Jake Lee, maybe, hopefully they'll do it with Ashino. He's pretty much already is a top guy, but, for at least for the pro wrestling, the puro nerds out there, but it's still, All Japan's still gotta pull the trigger on that. But, I mean, he's someone that could have a very big chance of being like an MVP for this. He really could. I mean, if he's someone, if you're not going to have Jake Lee win, that'd be a hell of a rocket ship fucking push for him. But if he does win, I wouldn't be upset. That's definitely a dark horse. Like, if they don't give it to Jake Lee, that could be somebody that'd be really interesting to see win. It would be Yume Agi. But that's probably, that's... fingers crossed. I mean, besides him and this next man in Shotaro Ashino, Ashino, God bless him. He's the fucking man. Like, he's so awesome. But, really, he's someone that is, they've really botched him. They've really botched his run for All Japan. Comes in a little too soon to challenge for the Triple Crown. Of course, he loses. Then he loses again on the second time here this past January. Desperately, he gets that face turn from Infinite's Terrible turning on him and really giving that, which I think is going to be huge. He could definitely be the second or third top babyface for All Japan, no problem. But really, it's going to have to be some bigger wins for this Champion Carnival for me. His really big win was against Shuji Ishikawa last year at the Champion Carnival. He should be someone that's in the top 4. Like, you should have, Jake Lee winning it, Kendo second, probably Ashino third, and then Suwama fourth. I'm sure they'll have Suwama be third, but even Aoyagi could be, or even Zeus. Like, there's a lot of big names in this one. With one block, it is tough to kind of compact who should be at the top, who should be at the bottom. But I don't think Zeus should be, even though he won the thing last year. God bless him. But I feel like to get the pressure off of him and kind of put the pressure on some other guys to get them a bigger shot. But really, he needs to get some big time wins in this one. Him beating Zeus would be huge. That could be a huge win for him to have. I mean, there's a lot of names you could kind of throw at him. Hell, even Suwama. I think he should beat Suwama in this. You're gonna have him, if you want to do this the right way. If you want to make him feel like a bigger deal, have him beat Suwama, have him beat Zeus. He can lose to Kento. He can even lose to Aoyagi, and he can lose to Jake Lee. If you want to even it out that way. But those are 2 big wins for him to have. Just really hoping for the best for him. I haven't really enjoyed how All Japan's booked him this year, but maybe that can change now. They've solidified their booker. There's not going to be a change. Hopefully, fingers crossed, unless something crazy happens. But our next guy, Koji Doi, as Koji Doi, joined a little late compared to the other Infinite's Terribles guys who left Wrestle 1, as they were just kind of had him show up, not to really contradict his final months of Wrestle 1. But really, he's been a welcome addition, I would say, to All Japan. He's been a great heel. He's replacing, basically, Kuma's role, which I feel like Kuma's really charisma really worked well, where compared to Doi, he's just very superior as far as, singles-wise, and can actually do shit in the ring that's so much better than Kuma could, as Kuma Reishak. I mean, he was fun, and he was a guy that could do a lot of the great tag guy, and I feel like that's his strength is really the real world tag league compared to the Champion Carnival, where I feel like Koji Doi is going to be someone who can really be someone that can go past the 10-minute mark, because Kuma couldn't work anything past 10 minutes. He just couldn't do it. But he's a much better worker. Feel like he's going to add to that Champion Carnival level too. So I think he's definitely a great addition to this. He's not going to finish in the top. He'll definitely be a bottom 5 guy. Maybe even be at the very bottom. But I think he's going to be someone to look out for as far as to see him, how he progresses from 2021 to 2022. He's going to be someone that's going to take leaps and bounds, I think, in All Japan. Because he's just too talented to not be as far as like some type of champion. You got the All Asia tag belts, you got the fucking actual world tag belts, you got the fucking Garo TV champion, like even the undercard stuff, he could be a part of that. So just someone to look out for. Sugoi Sato, a beloved member of Zero One for all the years that, I think he was there for probably 10, 15 years, probably. A long, long time, and now he's showed up in All Japan. Kind of really been unimpressed with him, to be honest. I feel like him teaming with Shuji Ishikawa was kind of fun, as you're just the kind of giants of All Japan. Really, that's kind of been his best thing. The Triple Crown match with Suwama was real bad. That was not good there at February. Not good. But, he was never like... Here's the thing, though. He's someone that I've always thought could have filled out more. If he gained some more muscle and can gain some of that... But he just never was. He was always kind of... kind of looked like he was sick more than anything. Which I don't want to body shame anybody. But that's just kind of, if he was someone that had that mass on him, definitely be presentable in a lot more dominant fashion. But it's just kind of is what it is. But he's going to be someone, obviously, going to keep it short, 8 to 10 minute matches. He's probably going to lose a lot more than he wins. I don't know, as far as an upset, he might beat someone like Kento. Like, that'd be nuts. But he could kind of fill the role that Shuji Ishikawa used to play in the early 2010s. Kind of giving Kentu Miyajaro a rough time. He might be doing that for this Champion Carnival. Really, other than that, I just he's probably going to be middle of the pack. I don't think he'll be at the bottom, but there's so many big names that he's going to have to probably be at the bottom. With Koji Doi being at the probably very bottom, he'll probably have more points than Shinjiro Otani, so he'll probably be like the third worst guy. Which, there's someone's got to lose in this goddamn thing. As speaking of Shinjiro Otani, we'll go with that. He is our next guy I'm going to talk about. As I love how I was like, I'm going to go in alphabetical order, and I'm just like, well, right to Koji Doi. We're just going to skip past Shuji Ishikawa, Jake Lee, and Kentu Miyajaro. We'll just go to Shinjiro Otani. As Otani, him being announced, that was nuts. I was like, oh shit, I did not see that coming. That was definitely a pleasant surprise. If you don't know about Shinjiro Otani by now, if you're a Japanese pro wrestling fan, you must be just living underneath a rock. Obviously, he's not going to be 1997 Shinjiro Otani out there. It's going to be, seasoned, a little older. But he's still brilliant, though. Like, he still has great psychology, which I think could definitely help. Like, I'm really excited to see him and Kento, him against Yume Iwagi and Jake Lee. Like, those guys who are still kind of young, but still in their primes of their career, can get somebody like Shinjiro Otani to kind of work with and to kind of work out some stuff. Because, especially him and Kento, that's going to be an exciting little match, just to see if Kento can kind of bring something out of Otani that we haven't seen in Shinjiro Otani in, 10 years. He could be a guy. That could be the guy to do it. It'd be Kentu Miyajaro, but, he's definitely is going to be someone that, obviously not going to win this goddamn thing, but he's definitely a much-needed addition as far as a veteran presence to this Champion Carnival. He's not Takashi Sugiura, he's not that awesome. I was going to be fucking crazy, but I'm still going to be sorry about that probably till the end of time, until he's back in this Champion Carnival. If they ever do it, I think now, just the way everything has gone, I don't think All Japan's going to ever work with Noah or even DDT now, because with having their cyber fight thing, and it feels like Noah and DDT are really at the hip now. They're basically sister, I wouldn't say sister promotions, brother promotions. They don't want to throw that out there, but they're definitely probably won't see that ever again, like Takashi Sugiura in the Champion Carnivals. That's gonna suck. Or even Naomichi Marufuji when he's in the Champion Carnival. That was insane. That was awesome. The matches with Kento were insane. But just a whole new era. Whole new era for Japanese pro wrestling. A whole new era for All Japan. So, whole nother time. As now we're gonna go to we'll go to Shuji Ishikawa to go back on track. So this is the 5th appearance. The 2017 winner. He's the Garo TV champion. He's definitely taken that step back. He's 44, I want to say, off the top of my head. The death match of Jun Kasai was nuts. It was just very slow, though, very plotting, which, I mean, for those two, you got two guys in their 40s doing a death match. That's kind of what it's going to be about. But he's definitely... They were, back when he was at his peak, it's kind of like him and Suwama. Obviously, Suwama was always, like, a little bit better, obviously with the prestige and him being, like, the ace of the company and whatnot. Now it's, like, leaps and bounds. Like, he has surpassed Shuji Ishikawa. It's not even close. Like, just Shuji has definitely slowed down compared to what he was 5-6 years ago. And that's just what happens with age. It happens. But, man, as he was, I think he was... If he didn't have the book, he was definitely in the rotation when he won that Garo TV title. So he's probably going to drop the belt now that Tajiri is like, alright, you had your fun, Booker Band. Now it's time to give it to somebody else. I don't think he's going to drop it in this tournament, so I don't think it's like someone's going to beat him and then they'll have a title match. Maybe, though. Maybe Koji Doi can do it. I think that'd be a perfect guy to be in that spot, would be him. But, like, a lot of those guys, they don't really need it. You know, maybe Shinjiro Otani, just to have Otani and Shuji Ishikawa, if they really wanted to have it be a transitional champion, they can go with that route. But I just don't see it happen. I think it's going to be somebody like a Tatsu or even somebody else that's Koji Iwamato, even, if they want to do that. I mean, there's just a lot of different ways you can go about it if you don't want to go with somebody that's in the Champion Carnival. As Jake Lee, making his 5th appearance, I mean, it's got to be him. It's the heel turn. He's got his own faction now. You know, Total Eclipse is really just coming together. It's time. It is fucking time. Can't stress it enough. He has got to win this goddamn thing. He's got to. If it's Jake Lee or bust. Really is. I can't send that point home enough. Like, it's got to happen. It's got to be him. He's got to win this damn thing. I've never seen someone more primed to win one of these round robin tournaments in the past, like, 4 years where I've been doing these previews and reviews here on YouTube. Or it's been 5 years, I think. Maybe I want to say I started in 2016. So it's 5 years now. They got to do it. They got it. Maybe it was 2018. Now I'm thinking about it. 2018. So 4 years. He's just, it's got to be him. It's got to be. Can't stress enough. Cannot stress it enough. It's got to be him. As for Kentu Miyajaro, the World Tag Champion 2 years ago. 2 years ago winner, 2019 winner. 8th appearance. You know, without a doubt, this has been his longest drought of not being the Triple Crown Champion. As, it's weird, because he's just kind of aimless. Like, he just doesn't really have anything going for him. Hard to say that about a guy so talented like that, but he's reformed Next Stream with Yume Aoyagi. They're the World Tag Champs now. I feel like that's kind of going to be his direction. It's just kind of be in the tag division, just kind of help bring up Yume Aoyagi to his level. I feel like that's kind of the direction they might go. Just kind of sucks. This guy's so talented, you hope that doesn't happen. That happens with Okada. You know, Okada's kind of going around aimlessly until now. He's got the title match with Ospreay coming up, but really, when you have those aces, those guys that are, you know, the Naomichi Marufuji's, the Kazuchika Okadas, the Kentu Miyajaros, those talented guys who just have nothing going on, that can be very scary for the talent, but you just kind of have to trust that they know how talented those guys are, and they're going to put them in a spot where they can elevate somebody, or even be in the Triple Crown title picture for Kentu Miyajaro's sake. Because, I mean, really, Kentu Miyajaro and Jake Lee as a title match for the Triple Crown, it's got to happen if Jake Lee gets this title win and he goes on to win the Champion Carnival and beat Suwama. Like, that's something in the near future that can definitely happen. So I wouldn't say Kentu Miyajaro is going to be completely out of the Triple Crown picture for 2021. I just don't see that happening. He's going to take on Jake Lee. It's got to happen. If that's the case, though. If the Jerry fucks this whole thing up, then God knows what else. But that's got to be it. Like, it's got to be Jake Lee. I'm still throwing that point down in there. As, you know, now I think we got to go to, I want to say, so we went through Koei-san, yeah, so now Suwama and Zeus is next, that's right. This is what happens when I go off course. It's Shuji Ishikawa, it's the 5th appearance, 2017 winner. No, we did do Shuji Ishikawa, Suwama. That's right, Suwama and Zeus. As Suwama, obviously the Triple Crown champion right now, his 16th appearance in a Champion Carnival. Nuts. That is a whole lot of Champion Carnivals. 2008 winner of the Champion Carnival, which that finals was nuts. It was him and Hiroshi Tanahashi. That was insane that even happened, but that match was nuts. Man, it's the Triple Crown Championship right now is very much at a point where it's definitely going to be point above the now the New Japan World Heavyweight Championship, thanks to Will Ospreay being the champion. So all the pro wrestling companies out there, they at least are going to have that going for them. They have their championship is going to be looked at in better eyes than what that is because of Will Ospreay. So we have that going for him. But man, they he breaks the record for his 7th Triple Crown reign. He's got to drop it to the winner. Like, it's got to happen. And, it's got to happen. I think it's at May 16th. Believe that's happening. Basically, whoever wins this on the 3rd takes on Suwama on the 16th. That's got to happen. Like, he's got to drop it. I don't know. There's no other way to put it. This reign's went on for far too long. He's got to drop the damn thing. But, yeah, at least he's still at a level. I don't think he's obviously not the level he was like 10 years ago. But he's still very good. Like, he's still very talented. I think really his kind of what he's still going to do, what he's still going to be great at is going to be the tag division scene, and where you can kind of work for 8-10 minutes at a time instead of the Triple Crown matches where you kind of, those single matches are tough on them, especially when you're up there in the 40s. Stuff it's seen. I mean, I'm seeing it with Tanahashi, I'm seeing it with Suwama, I'm seeing it with Shuji Ishikawa. Age, you like to think that guys like Minoru Suzuki can be ageless wonders, but it's not easy. It's not easy at all. And you're seeing it here with a lot of these guys. We're getting into a new era of Japanese pro wrestling. Those names that we've seen for decades now are going to be fading away. It's happening. It's happening sooner rather than later. Might as well be on the forefront of it and have someone like Jake Lee beat Suwama. It's just time. As Zeus. I'm going to round it up with Zeus. It's his 8th appearance. Obviously last year's winner. He's the All-Asia Tag Champ right now. He's honestly been quite the fucking workhorse for All Japan. Really, during COVID, I felt like he was one of their best guys. Last year. He was killing it. He beat Kento in the finals. Probably should have beat Suwama there. Didn't beat him. He got COVID, which that sucked. That really put a damper in that finals match. You had to postpone it and whatnot. But really, he was done quite a bit of job as being really a workhorse, which is something I never thought I would say for Zeus a decade ago. I would have never been like, yeah, Zeus, oh yeah, that guy's real workhorse for All Japan. I just never saw him as that guy, but he's really turned around and really been a hell of a talent. Some of that could be desperately used by like any company right now in Japanese pro wrestling. Like, he's just the fucking man. He's really been feuding recently with Yuma Aoyagi, as that's probably going to spill into obviously the Champion Carnival, as he's going to get some wins. He might just be someone who's just going to be just above 500. I mean, he's not going to be winning this thing. He's not even going to be in the top 4, I don't think. Maybe even not even be in the top 5. He might be just like the 6th or 7th guy to really, who knows though. It's kind of tricky. Like guys like Zeus, I feel like he's gonna get more wins than Shuji Ishikawa and like Koji Doi, Koei Sato, and Otani. So right there, he's gonna have wins more than those 4 guys. I think he should have less wins than Nishino, but I think All Japan's going to book him to where he's going to have more wins than Nishino, sadly enough. But, I mean, yeah, if I had to really break down the bracket, I'm still going with Jake Lee wins. He'll be the first guy, obviously. Have it be, as much as I want to have it be Kento, I don't think it should be Kentu Miyajaro, because he just lost the finals last year. I want to kind of protect him, and I would have it be Jake Lee and Yuma Aoyagi. I know that's a crazy-ass finals. That is 2 guys who have never been, that is, Jake Lee at least has been to the finals. He lost to Kentu Miyajaro at 2019. But that would be nuts, though, to have Yuma Aoyagi making the finals. Because at least with Jake Lee, if he wins, he deserves it. He's someone who's been in the finals, been there. But Yuma Aoyagi, that'd be just out of nowhere. I would like to keep Suwama out of the finals. I mean, if they do Jake Lee Ashino, that'd be a perfect finals. 2 guys that I think could definitely kill it and have a banger of a match. It could really be Shotaro Ashino's coming out party to All Japan, like, listen, motherfuckers, I'm here. But then again, you're doing that, and then having him lose in the finals might even be detrimental to his character, too, as he's just going to be the guy who loses in the big one. It's tough. It's really tough to really pick that guy who's going to lose to Jake Lee in the finals, because you could really go about it a lot of different ways, but really, at the end of the day, you want to protect someone and not diminish their status while also making the finals. I just feel like Yu Miyagi's in the perfect situation for that, but that's a bit of a reach for All Japan to do, but I guess it's up to Tajiri. We'll wait and see how it goes. I'm excited, though. I know it's definitely more excited than it was last year during the COVID Championship Carnival. Here with this one, there's a lot of different stories to be told. Can he finally get some wins? Are they finally going to put him in the right direction? But if it's looking like Jake Lee's not going to win it, that is going to suck. It is Jake Lee or bust. I'll say it again. The final point, Jake Lee or bust. Thank you all for listening to my preview of the Champion Carnival. I hope you guys are excited for this as I am, or even more excited for this than I am, as there is a lot of different ways they can go about it. Just hoping for the best way, and that is Jake Lee as your winner, and he beats Suwama. That is fingers fucking crossed. But we will catch you guys next time for hopefully, when we get to talk about All Japan again. I know I only get to talk about it once a year. Hopefully, it's where it's talking about Jake Lee being the winner of last year's Champion Carnival and being a Triple Crown champion. We'll see, though. Thank you all, and take care, everyone.